In the grand story of Christianity, few moments were as seismic as the year 451 AD. This was the year of the Council of Chalcedon, an event that would draw a line in the sand, creating a division in the Christian world that lasts to this very day. And at the heart of it all was one profound question: who is Jesus Christ? By the 5th century, Christianity had blossomed across the Roman Empire and far beyond. Great centers of faith had risen in Rome, Constantinople, Antioch, Alexandria, and Jerusalem. But within these hubs of belief, theological storms were brewing, particularly around the deep mystery of Christ's divine and human nature. How could one person be both God and man? In 451 AD, Emperor Marcian called the Council of Chalcedon to settle this very debate. The central issue was this: is Jesus Christ both fully human and fully divine? And if so, how do these two natures exist together in one person? The Council's answer became known as the Chalcedonian definition. It declared that Christ exists in two natures, divine and human, without confusion, without change, without division, and without separation. This powerful statement became the bedrock of what we now call Chalcedonian Christianity, the faith of the Roman and Byzantine churches, which would later become the Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches. But not everyone was on board. Down in Alexandria, a different theological perspective had taken hold, championed by theologians like the great Cyril of Alexandria. They taught that in Christ, there is one single united nature, fully divine and fully human, perfectly joined without any separation or confusion. This belief became known as miaphysitism, a word from the Greek maia physis, meaning one nature. For Miaphysite Christians, the Chalcedonian formula seemed to split Christ in two, as if his humanity was a separate entity from his divinity. They believed Christ wasn't two persons sharing a body, but one indivisible person, God incarnate, the Word made flesh. This disagreement sparked one of Christianity's first major schisms, separating the Chalcedonian churches of Rome and Constantinople from the non-Chalcedonian churches, which would come to be known as the Oriental Orthodox. Now, let's travel far south, to the ancient and powerful kingdom of Aksum, in what is now modern-day Ethiopia. By this time, Christianity had already put down deep roots there. The faith had arrived in the 4th century, brought by a man named Frumentius. He would become known as Abba Selama, the first bishop of Aksum, and he was ordained by none other than the Patriarch of Alexandria. This direct link to Alexandria was crucial. It meant that the Ethiopian church was theologically and spiritually tied to the Coptic Church of Egypt. So, when the split happened, the Ethiopian church naturally shared Alexandria's Miaphysite theology. When the Chalcedonian churches proclaimed their new doctrine, the Ethiopian and Egyptian churches stood together in their dissent. They rejected the Council's definition, holding firm to their belief in the one united nature of Christ. This single decision set Ethiopia on a unique theological course for all time. The Ethiopian church became neither Roman Catholic nor Eastern Orthodox, but something distinct: Oriental Orthodox. Over the centuries that followed, Ethiopia's faith was tested by invasions, prolonged isolation, and dramatic political upheavals. Yet, the church held tightly to its ancient tradition. It preserved the sacred Ge'ez language, its soul-stirring chants, and a unique liturgy that traces its origins back more than 1,500 years. While the Western and Eastern churches were shaped by the Renaissance, the Reformation, and the politics of Europe, Ethiopia stood apart. It became a living museum, a guardian of an ancient form of Christianity, untouched by the theological and political shifts that were reshaping the rest of the Christian world. It's important to clarify a common misunderstanding. The term often used historically to describe this belief is monophysite, which means one single divine nature. This isn't accurate. It implies that Christ's humanity was swallowed up by his divinity. Instead, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church identifies as Miaphysite, affirming that Christ is fully God and fully man, united in one nature, one person, and one will. This subtle but profound distinction is even embedded in the Church's full name, the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. The word Tewahedo itself means being made one. Though the split of 451 AD was a moment of painful division in recent decades, modern dialogue has fostered greater understanding. The Oriental Orthodox and Chalcedonian churches have come to realize that their historical differences might be more about language and emphasis than a fundamental disagreement in faith. Both sides, after all, believe in the divinity and humanity of Christ. But for Ethiopia, this ancient divergence became a cornerstone of its national identity. It's a living link to the earliest centuries of Christianity, a powerful testament to a faith that has truly endured the test of time. From the ancient stelae of Aksum to the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, the echoes of that 5th century debate still resonate. It's a story not just of division, but of deep conviction and unwavering faith. It's a beautiful reminder that humanity, in all its diverse forms, has always sought to understand and express the profound mystery of the divine made human. If you enjoyed this journey through history and faith, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way, you'll never miss our next deep dive into the incredible stories that have shaped our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.